bin's wieder, Case oder Haram. Hier wir beim Let's Play von Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir Larry in den Zeugenstand rufen lassen. Und erstmal haben wir ein Kreuzfeuer gehabt, wo er uns einfach nur beleidigt hat. Schön. Aber jetzt endlich mal kommen wir voran und er hat die beiden Pegamus vertauscht. Und das halt am Ende die, wo die Leiche drin ist, plötzlich oben war, wo die Hochzeit stattfand und, oh Gott. Na dann, Kreuzfeuer! Moving the Lantern. Jetzt geht's auch wieder in die heiße Phase, das hört man ja an der Musik. So, erstmal greifen wir das an. Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns? Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time anyway. Not that time? Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time. I didn't have as much luck. Those Brocket guys spotted me and nabbed me. Halt's Maul, Handy. All of my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, you need help. And then they locked me up in one of the cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this for anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? Dann arbeite ich doch! Well, is that statement of his important to the case? Yeah. Mr. Butts tried to catch the reception, then to crash, meine ich. The reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Butts! Please add that statement to your testimony! I tried to sneak into the reception hall, but I got caught and locked up in a cabin. Und das wird auch nochmal angegriffen. So you got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. Then that's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt? But hold on a minute. What is it, Nick? Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? Larry is saying he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh, wait. Huh? You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness statement? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with it. Moment, das wäre dann hier. Ja, die gute alte Laterne. Stimmt? Yes, it's the broken lantern, Your Honor. Mr. Butts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. What? Why not? You swapped the lanterns before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? But you also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in a cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. In other words, you're saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception. and after the reception took place.
That certainly doesn't make any sense, does it? Mr. Potts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception?
Which was it? Before or after? There's a world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Potts? I guess I can't accept guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. What? I tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first reception? Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Spricht die Zeitreise an. Oh nein. Then through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. So it was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? We went back in time to before the reception. So of course the reception wouldn't take place one more time after that, right? That's why what I said makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright, what in the world is the witness talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I saw him last? Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but... Could you please translate this man's gibberish to the rest of us can understand?
So now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing?
Go on, Nick. I know you can do it.
Looks like you don't have much choice, Nick. To heck with it! I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. Nicht noch mehr Schwanzheit, wie Nana so schön sagen würde. The defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that, as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so, time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began.
It what?
I know it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Alan Wyatt and Larry Butts experienced time travel.
What?
Habt ihr das gehört? Ja, das ist Zeitreisen. Sie ist die Tochter des Doktors!
What absolute rubbish! Mr. Wright, I've heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years. But this takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind?
But this is simply the conclusion I came to. Using that logic ability to love so much.
What?
The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions?
A time machine? Yeah, I've even saw something while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip? What? A pterodactyl? Objection. You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story.
Well,
As I thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Hey! Not so fast now, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh? You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here! This is a photo I secretly took of the first reception. What? What?
Larry! I can't believe you!
Well, anyway, good job! Guter Junge! Danke!
If we compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find the difference, then we'll be able to prove that this reception was held twice!
But do you really think such a difference exists?
Yes, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you.
This is preposterous. Very well, please show the court what's different then!
This is proof positive that the wedding reception was held twice. So, schauen wir uns mal das neue Foto an, das Larry gemacht hat. Gleichen das mal ab mit dem Foto, was wir hier schon haben. Aha! Die Farben der Blumen, der Strauß der Braut. Hier sind sie rot, beim anderen sind sie gelb. Please direct your attention to Miss White's bouquet of flowers. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she's holding a red bouquet. You're right!
That's impossible! What does this mean?
It means that the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions. And she did that when she traveled back through time.
What?
Sie ist die Tochter des Doktors, ich hab's gewusst! Psst, halt den Mund, du guckst so viel Fernsehen! Nick, you did it! You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true!
Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself.
It's just as Ellen said. The reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we've based this trial on upside down.
Objection. I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. There's simply no such thing as time travel.
I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, "That never happened!" every 5 seconds at the screen. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether.
That's neither here nor there. This real life we're talking about. But the proof is clearly shown in the 2 photographs.
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No.
Fine. I'll entertain your absurd delusion. If only to demolish it before your very eyes.
What?
Let's start with this then, shall we? There is one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remember the reception occurring twice. But no member of the Sprocket family has even mentioned such a thing.
That's because the time machine is...
I'm not done, you bird brain!
But bird brain?!
As I was saying, if the entire family had been sworn to secrecy, then why hadn't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too?
That's a good point.
Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright.
Even still! How do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There's proof in the photos that it did! And besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, I'd be a little disappointed, frankly. I was hoping to come...
You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. And they all say that time travel is just not logically feasible.
Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. Well, in that case... why don't we put common sense into the test?
Excuse me?
The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation?
Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright?
If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is... Es klingt vielleicht...
Ja genau, die Götter! Bei den Göttern! Nee,
es waren alle Anwesenden der Hochzeit. What if all of the guests at the reception conspired together to hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it?
What? And for what purpose would they conspire to do such a thing?
Well,
A brilliant deduction, defense. I can't tell that you are not a renowned lawyer for nothing. I must say, I underestimated you.
How so, Mr. Nicody?
You have managed to name each event precisely as they happened. You have revealed it all to the light of day.
Then that means...
It was us. We orchestrated the whole thing. Yes, the reception was held twice. But not because of time travel, no. We simply held it a second time.
What?!
Why? Why would you do such a thing? To make it as though the murder Miss Allen committed never happened. Master Soren figured that if Miss Allen, who'd killed Bloomsbury after the first reception, experienced the reception one more time, she would think it was all a dream. It was he who ordered us to make it happen. However, only a few, myself included, knew of Miss Allen's crime.
Are you saying most of the guests attended 2 receptions without knowing why?
Indeed, they needed no reason. Master Soren told them to do it, and to do it they did. That is the Sprocket way.
Then who hid the body in the lantern? We did. But we did not anticipate the petals finding their way in, nor the actions of Mr. Butts. And that's how you intended to cover the whole situation up. There's just one thing everyone here has wrong. The real scene of the murder was not the hold. It was the Vista deck. What? Then Miss Wilde's recollection of the events must be correct! I admit we tried to cover this incident up. But the fact that Miss Allen killed Bloomsbury is undeniable. This is quite a turn of events! And so it appears we have arrived at the truth at last. Now. Please do feel free to travel back in time, Mr. Wright, and attempt to do this trial over again. Go on. Let's not get hasty, Edgeworth. I bet you can't do it. I bet I can't either! Your Honor, we will have to hold a separate trial for the cover-up conspiracy later. But as far as this case goes, I believe we are ready for your ruling. Just before the defendant lost consciousness during her attack, she says she saw someone strike the victim. It's possible that this third party is the true culprit. You still want us to believe the defendant's words? Perhaps you've lost more than your touch during your time abroad. This third-person nonsense is nothing but rubbish, and you know it. But by the same token, how can we trust those who conspired and lied to fool this court of law? For all we know, they might still be hiding something. You never know when to quit, do you? No! Calm down, both of you! In any case, there isn't enough trustworthy information yet for me to render a verdict. I suggest we continue the trial after both sides have investigated the matter further. Very well, Your Honor. Phew, that was close. Mr. Nicody! As for you and your cohorts attempt to cover up this crime, your case will be brought at a separate trial following the resolution of this current one. Understood, Your Honor. Well then, this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. Ihr habt's gehört, der Richter hat gesprochen. Jetzt gibt's Zitronenbonbons. Aber die unvergifteten Versionen. Danke. Just wow. Einfach nur wow. Einfach nur wow. Das soll's dann auch wieder für heute gewesen sein. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung wäre gern gesehen, dort was mal seid und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr geil.